Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's Capsule Cast. I am your host, Destiny, with a very special guest here. We have Fiora, Coach of Derp. How you doing?
Hey, uh, been doing pretty fine. Been feeling very good about this season. I was not expecting this kind of runaway success.
The feeling is mutual, and before we get started, I just want to hope that at least everybody in the U.S. that watch, or everyone in the U.S. For the community that watches, hope everyone had a happy Thanksgiving, and well, we are moving on to the final stages of well the season. Just got
Yeah, we just finished the semifinals. We're getting we're up for that championship fight real soon,
and we'll
as well as all those special events.
and we'll be getting to that real soon. But first, we have our first set of semifinal matches with actually your team and hybrids going. Your team going 2-0, obviously, and at least from what I remember, I don't remember the first match quite so well, but I do remember the second match was.
I can go into
Yeah,
I can go into the first match.
Yeah, go ahead.
So both rounds started the same. Frost versus Saiyaman. In the first round, Frost beat Saiyaman pretty comfortably, had like half his health remaining. Then in comes Trunks, and he and Frost had like a back and forth. I think Trunks was left down to like half his health or something. Dodoria comes in, finishes him off. Then Teen Gohan shows up, and Dodoria proceeds to beat him. Then, Adult Gohan comes in, does Adult Gohan things, finishes off Dodoria. Dodoria was at like a sliver of health, HP remaining. 21 and Adult Gohan fight. They go back and forth, and then 21 manages to beat Adult Gohan with half her health remaining. I consider myself very lucky that match because Adult Gohan didn't use his explosive Madon a single time, which, for those of you who are unaware, is a bit bugged. It has a leftover mod, which makes it do like 12,000 damage at base. So
Well, no,
that's scary.
it's not just that. It's a bug costume. Remember that.
Yeah. It's specifically in the purple gi costume.
Which is his normal costume.
So yeah, I consider myself dodging a bullet on that one because if he fired his Madons instead of his
we've seen him fire Madons and delete health bars.
Yeah, the match could have very easily turned the other way into Hybrid's favor if Adult Gohan turned on his brain and did the good move.
And then match 2, I believe nothing really changed that much. They did start Saiyaman again. Well, I meant lineup wise.
Oh yeah, lineup wise, the matches were the same, more or less.
Yeah.
I think they put Gohan on defense plus 2 for the second round, but I'll get into that once I finish this first one.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah. So future Gohan steps in at the end. 21 takes out like 3/4 of his health or something, I think, and then Salza jumps in, finishes him off, stuck with cleanup duty. Yamcha didn't even have to hit the field. It was a pretty definitive victory in my team's favor for the first round. The second one.
By the way, he was.
Yeah, now we talk about
by the way, he was. I think a completely different build. By the way, is because what is it? Saiyaman round 1 was on defense 2. Saiyaman round 2 was on key 1.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really change anything for my builds.
I mean, honestly, don't change what's not broken, right?
I've even been keeping the same costumes, even though I'm like 90% sure it's just placebo. But I don't want to take that risk. I've just been doing crazy. I don't want to put him on a costume 2 or something, and suddenly he goes brain dead.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, round 2.
Yeah, round 2. It was a lot more closely evenly matched between Sandman and Frost. Frost was almost dead by the time he KO'd Sandman, whereas before, he had a much more comfortable lead. I believe, Trunks then tagged in, and then Frost does Frost things and tags at like 2 HP. I don't know why he's been doing that. I wasn't expecting him to become my most tag-happy teammate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I kind of forgot what went on.
Honestly,
during this segment.
I was going to say the
For
middle.
Trunks.
I was going to say the middle of the match was kind of a little bit iffy, but I mean, really, we already know like how it ended.
I remember Trunks not doing a lot because I think he fought 21 and she pretty definitively beat him.
If I remember correctly, Frost ran out Frost, I think, immediately tagged, and then 21 came in, ran out his first max power mode, sucked him out of another one, and did a lot of damage to him while being at full health. And then...
Yeah, Trunks did not get to do much today. It was not his week. Then Teen Gohan came in and essentially deleted 21, and also did a good chunk to Dodoria as well.
Not without taking a good chunk from Dodoria.
Yeah. Then it was adult Gohan basically versus
the rest of your team.
Dodoria and Salza. No, Future was still alive. He was also the last man.
Yeah.
Yeah, adult Gohan basically brought hybrids back from a pretty steep deficit that they were in, making it a much closer match to the point where it was basically even towards the last 2 minutes or so.
It was. It ended up being down to Yamcha versus Future Gohan, and if I remember, Yamcha ended that match at full HP.
Yes, Future Gohan did deal damage to Yamcha, but Yamcha was just so utterly dominant in their matchup at the end of the fight that he just naturally healed up to full HP. I don't think we've had that dominant of a performance in a 1v1 matchup for a while.
Yeah, I think so. Especially on a tank build. Normally, normally with them on a tank build, they normally take damage and would win the 1v1 sometimes. But not at full HP.
Sort of the point of a tank is to just soak up as much damage as possible and just do your damage by endurance essentially. You would expect a tank to have taken damage in the fight, but to also end the fight at full health. That doesn't typically happen. Things typically go much more back and forth.
Yeah, especially since I believe Future is also their EL user.
Yes, I believe he was.
He is on a melee EL build. So.
Yeah, I guess it's just further proof of Yamcha stepping it up in the playoffs,
But yeah, no.
Because during the main season, he wasn't terrible, but he was still just kind of a bit below average, doing 35k by the tier lists and official stats. Here, he's been arguably my MVP. I don't know why.
21 is also at least stepped up a lot more after playoffs started. She's taken out some big names.
Yeah, 21's main problem during the main season was she was inconsistent. Some weeks she would do 30k, some weeks she would do 50 to 60.
Some weeks she wouldn't.
Here in playoffs,
some
she's like,
weeks she wouldn't
she's
even do a
basically,
bar.
yeah. Ever since playoffs, 21 has basically always done her man or more.
Yeah, from most of the time, what I've seen from her, it's mostly she takes out the character she's fighting pretty dominantly. At least doing her 40k, and then when the next character comes in, she kind of derps. But I mean,
Yeah,
hey,
that's
the character's
kind
character.
of more or less matter. At least for the hybrids fights, that's what happens.
No, I mean that's what I've seen for some of her playoff performances, not just hybrids. But I mean, a character's a character, and if it's a really good character that you want gone.
Yeah, I would consider 21 to be one of my prouder achievements of this season, just because of how abysmal of a start she had last year. Because like she was on like a defense demonic bargain build, I think, when she was on Sentai.
She's on a demonic bargain build,
and she was doing like sub 20k every week.
Yeah, it is
back then.
It is nice.
Yeah, whereas 21, she's earned the Zeddy I put into her.
Yeah, it's technically not over for hybrids yet. Because
they're not allowed to test until after this week.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But I mean, congratulations to you. I know hybrids has been a really tough team this year, especially with how burst heavy they seem to get. So to have to beat them 2-0 and now you're in the finals is certainly a big achievement.
Yeah, this is the furthest I've ever gone in the league. In fact, the semifinals back in 2021 was the furthest I had gone until now.
But shall we moving on to our last set of matches for today?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, next we have ED and Cinema, and no, your eyes do not deceive. We have another 2-0. I do remember most of the first match because it was very hard to not remember it. Garlic didn't have to step on the feet. Because
just like Derp in the first round, because a win so dominant, you 4v5 the team.
Yes, but unlike you, it was on their home map, not your own home map. Because what is it? I believe Pasha did really well in Krillin, and then of course Jane did pretty well as well. I don't remember exactly what happened. All I just remember is that Garland had to step on the field and we won the first match. And then but for some reason, just Vegito this entire playoffs was like, all right, I've been kind of slacking in main season. Oh, we're in playoffs now. All right, let me just kill him.
I mentioned it a bit before the cast.
Yes.
It really feels like Vegito for you has been Yamcha for me, where he was by far your weak link. Like I think he was even averaging like what 30k.
It was
prior to playoffs or something.
It was him in terms of stats, but it was also Garlic quite a bit of time, or Jane before we switched his build.
I see. But point being, prior to playoffs, he was, one of your weak links without a doubt, by a pretty big margin. And all of a sudden, like Yamcha, he realized, oh, it's serious? Oh, I need to actually try? Elite, delete 2 characters.
But, yeah, and then the second match actually ended a lot more close.
Within a bar.
Yes. Which was, it was a bit frightening to see, because ED definitely could always take away that third match if it got to that. The hypothetical third match. But what happened in the second match is, Fasha did Fasha things, but she didn't kill Krillin, but she did do her damage. Garlic actually had a pretty early tag, so Janemba was in a lot earlier than normal. Vegito actually didn't do insanely hot the second match, even though he still did like 40k plus. Mostly because he was against a melee character of Midku, and for some reason, out of like any of the weeks, Midku just decided, "Hey, I want to work a little bit," and nearly fully took down Vegito on his own. But there was something that I was not expecting to see on that second round. I don't think anyone was prepared for it. We had like 6 finish signs stacked, and Gogeta just demolish almost 2 characters on his own.
I counted like 4 finish signs. Was it 6?
It was like 6. He stacked like 6.
Captain Ginyu wish could never.
Like his super damage obviously is capped from finish sign, because I'm pretty sure it takes like 2 finish signs and then it caps itself on the super damage.
Like
but his melee
each
damage,
finish sign is like a super +2.
yeah, but his melee damage,
Like stacking up like 6 finish signs, that's like what, almost +5, almost a cap.
yeah, I believe so.
So with all those stacks, he was effectively defense +3, attack +4, super +4.
Yeah, and you know what? And you know what's even funnier about it?
Didn't fire a single B2 the entire game.
Oh no! He fired a B2 before all the stacks. It missed. Because he fired one as soon as he came in and it missed. Everyone wish he hit a B2 though, with the amount of fucking stacks he had. No. Remember, Gogeta is one of those Vegeta characters that's not allowed Rush Blast 2 or Master Blast. With how much he was stacked, he didn't give 2 shits about that restriction.
Something also kind of funny, he was fighting mid Vegeta too, who was also doing his own finish sign shenanigans, although nowhere near as good.
They're not one block. Also, by the time mid Vegeta came, a little bit by the time mid Vegeta came in, he already had quite a few stacked. So yeah, no, this match ended really close because their starter, who kept tagging, like, oh my god, he just kept tagging, but he never did his aftermid strike, which I think is what was the game changer. Because we all know how Krillin loves to do his aftermid strike. Sometimes when most of the time when he's at 3 bars of his Blastox, right? He just kept going for solar flare, solar flare, solar flare, solar flare.
To be fair, flashbanging your opponents is an effective tactic.
Yeah, and apparently it's also a good tactic of throwing 3 balls in his face.
No, Tien took the balls.
Oh yeah,
Probably finish it off with I-beams.
Yeah, I forgot it pretty hard because I think I got blinded a few times myself. Yeah, no.
Your retinas were probably your team's retinas are probably all on fire after that fight, right? They probably needed a lot of eye medicine.
I'm pretty sure Fosh's was definitely, because I'm pretty sure she got solar flared like 3 times. Which is funny that he kept doing a solar flare versus the one character with a scouter. But no, yeah, like it was insanely close round 2. I have some more to say on it, but it would not be appropriate for the casting to do that. So with that, shall we get moving on to predictions? Our two finalists, obviously.
I wonder who it could be, Mr. Cinnamon.
All right. I don't have like a grand picture for this, since we do know of the other events, well, but they are not happening this upcoming week, and because of the time we're recording this after builds are due, so we don't have to really wait. But before we get on to championship match, actually, I want to talk about our bronze medal match for third place of ED versus Hybrids. ED is going the exact same stuff that they have been running on the characters. I believe they just switched their character around, switched mid Vegeta be earlier in the lineup than later in the lineup. And Hybrids is going balls to the walls. They are like, we are changing everyone's build, I think, except Team and Trunks.
Oh, you suck, false god.
No. Can't say
Try.
that. Can't say that. They brought in Kid Gohan.
The man told me to in the chat. He's trying to lose. No.
Okay.
Bad. No.
I mean, you already know.
Yeah, Borzetti, whatever. Go balls to the walls. Go all in.
It's not that. I think they would just rather test. I think most teams who get to the third place match would rather test than actually play the match, but that is just what I think.
I tried. Yeah.
Well, yes, but I also did say most teams. Not every team. Though obviously people have different reactions for the third place match. I mean, since it's
talking seriously on predictions, I'm honestly expecting an Earth Avengers sweep. Just because it's like, they brought in Kid Gohan. You know, False God said he's trying to lose just for that little extra zenny next year.
I mean, I just think, unlike Saiyaman, Kid Gohan is just not that great of a character, and he is fighting one of the more consistent starters of the year, which is Krillin, who's immediately being followed up by a Vegeta.
Is the bronze medal match best of 3, or is it just a one and done? I forget.
I am not the right person to ask that. I don't remember.
Fair enough.
Man, I don't even remember everything I had for dinner yesterday. But anyway, yeah, no, I think we both expect it to be ED.
Yeah, it's just, looking, since we know the builds at this point, at the time of recording, it's just
looking back.
I can't in good faith say, oh yeah, they could Hybrids, they're gonna win with Ultra Divine Water Kid Gohan, who's never done anything because he was on the bench the whole year. Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, watch them win it.
Kid Gohan Elite.
Anyway, yes. Moving on from that, we have our first 2 matches of the Tenkaichi Bowl. So it can make the actual Tenkaichi Bowl literally just the special event and 1 match, depending on who wins. Obviously. So, of course, builds are already out. I do want to get your thoughts on what you were thinking versus my team.
I wasn't really thinking of anything specific match-wise, as much as I just, kept going with what worked. I know I went with a starter Salza for a bit against Kaiju, but the way I saw it, it would either be between Salza or Frost, and to be honest, I think it can go either way between Frost and Fasha if those 2 were to start. which of course, you started that, because why wouldn't you?
We'll get to that. I still want to just hear your thoughts out.
Yeah, outside of the starting matchup, I wasn't really thinking too much on things, just as, we're what, 20, 23 weeks into the season at this point, Not gonna go for anything like big radical changes,
and especially
outside of maybe the starter.
And especially since it's the Tenkaichi Bowl, and you have 2 rounds instead of just 1.
Because it's best of 5.
And at this point, like, both teams know like what works for their character. It's just more of like, how does the dice roll, basically.
Yeah, I can see this go either way. I wouldn't be surprised if for this week we end up with 1 win each.
I know we say for my team, there was so much talk about who to put in the start position, actually.
Because of Frost? Or the mind games of Salsa?
It was literally just because who do we have that can actually, like, contend with Frost? Yeah, because contrary to not popular belief, your character is very good. And his stuns are cheap.
I never contested that he was good. I just wasn't expecting him to be this good going into the season.
Yeah, no, that's why I said contrary to unpopular belief.
Oh, unpopular belief.
Yeah, you. Considering how, like, the area he was designed for, I don't think anyone expected him to do as good as he has been consistently.
Specifically on Key +2. That was the wild card nobody was expecting going in.
No, not even just that. Key +2, and he's going balls to the walls with the melee game, not even spamming.
Well, he's been throwing out a decent chunk of B2s as well.
Well, yeah, but most of the time he's been comboing his way to at least a lot of health bars going down, especially since he has a stun mid-combo. But, that's really what my team was considering, was just who do we put up against Frost. And then we also had to think about, what if Frost doesn't die? Then who's going... But he kills, like, our character or something, or our character tags, he doesn't die, yada yada yada. It's like... I'm not saying specifically, like, who we were setting up there, because obviously, like, this is still just the first 2 matches. You could obviously use that information beforehand, but I mean, Frost is your most common starter, which means probably it was, like, expected to at least have someone up against him.
Yeah. I do not blame you for your self-professed consulting with your team of, hey, who do we put in against this guy? Because basically the only character that has actually managed to beat Frost by a decent margin was Muscles Trunks.
Mm-hmm. Hell, I'm pretty sure the last time we actually fought, which was our divisional. Obviously, there's boosts and stuff, but Frost actually did pretty well.
Yeah.
Considering.
Although, hey, with who knows? Maybe with Chase Down Artist, Pasha will be the one to win with 2 bars. You never know. Like I said before, I could see it go either way between the 2 of them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and we should also note that all of these are being on cell game because of the Tenkaichi Bowl
championships.
Well, yeah, all the championship matches are on cell games. The 3rd place match are still on their maps.
Yeah, obviously, for the sake of my team winning, I would love to go 2-0 this upcoming week. But I'm honestly expecting it to go 1 win each, and for the sake of dramatics, it would be for the best for the league. because then it effectively turns the last week into a best of 3.
You know what's funny? If it goes 1-1, you'd be the first team to give my team a loss in playoffs to this year.
Can't say the same for you. I've had a few losses upcoming in the playoffs.
So I mean, well, we both should just no matter what. I'm going to say this now, especially since you're here. I'm proud of both my team and of what has happened, because obviously I think both
the weakest team in history versus the weakest team today.
God, I want to say this quote, so I want to say like a kind of edited quote so bad. it's basically that JJK quote, like this, or like the title of like the strongest sorcerer today versus the strongest sorcerer of history.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. Because historically, Derp has been terrible, and Cinema has almost never hit playoffs.
We had not hit playoffs since we were first made, and even then we got out like immediately.
Yeah, exactly. Weakest in history, Derp, versus weakest today, Cinema.
So, I think either way, this is an insanely big underdog story for either team.
Yeah, and no matter who won this week between Derp versus Hybrids and Earth Defenders versus Cinema, no matter who won, we would have a fresh champion that never got that title before.
I believe only a Hybrid so far out of the 4 has
by virtue of
the blow.
Because I believe Hybrids back when they were the Gohans won a championship or 2.
Oh no, I'm talking about just getting to the bowl. I believe it was them versus Royals at some point.
Oh, I see.
But
they didn't win it.
No, yeah, but like no matter what, there was going to be a fresh champion.
I could say, speaking on the whole pride thing, I feel pretty proud of my team this year. With Yamcha stepping up to the plate, I can't even say I really have a weak link except maybe Salza, and even then he's been doing fine. He's been doing his 40K. He managed to make it to playoffs off the back of last year too. Reminder, we're both South Kai teams. We both did terribly last year.
And the year before that, I think, because oh no, there have just been several times where both you and me are South Kai teams. Several times. But oh yeah, I guess.
Yeah, here we are. Also, neither one of us was got the bye week too. We crawled out from the pits of South Kai to the championship belt.
Hell, one of us actually beat the person that beat the team that got the bye week too. My team. But,
yeah, and my team beat Royals, the favorite to win too. So
yeah, no,
it's just been a crazy story this year.
Actually, no, that was Hybrids that beat Royals. You beat
Oh, I know. Oh yeah, no.
You beat Muscle.
But I beat the team that beat Royals.
You beat Muscle.
Yeah, I beat Muscle. The favorite to win every 5v5 ever.
But no, like in all seriousness, this has been a goddamn journey, and I think we kind of said all that needed to be said for this.
Yeah, hoping to a good match.
So, with that,
I hope you lose 0-2.
No, I hope you lose 0-2. But no, with that, thank you all for watching. Check out the links to Discord, website, Twitter, TikTok in the description below. Comment for anything we do on the cast. By the way, about my mic situation, yeah, I can't fix that. So stop commenting it, please. I'm trying, okay? But no, like seriously, like, comment, subscribe, and check out all the stuff. We have actually a little special teaser for upcoming of next season of certain character coming out. Not going to reveal anything, obviously, because never know. Maybe he might fully be revealed in 2 weeks' time. But with that, I have been your host, Steve, with my special guest here, Fiora.
See you around. It's been good to be here.
Yep, and we'll be seeing you next time. Bye.